found this awesome little opening in the middle of the woods. It looks like when I come in here, I had to go through all that stuff, and it's thick, and it's I followed a game trail in, but it opens up to a nice little spot back here. It's not too bad. Kind of secluded. No one can see me from the road. Little buggy back here. So I got a new knife this week, and I was posting some pictures of it on Instagram, and of course the first thing that was asked is like, are you going to do a review on it on your YouTube channel? It's like, okay, yeah, I can do that. This is the quandary that I'm under with knives and doing knife testing on YouTube. Unless you plan on destroying that knife testing really, it doesn't mean much to me, because knives are so personal. There's such a personal thing. I mean, how a knife feels in your hand. Everybody has different size hands. Everybody has different parameters that they want to use a knife for. So anyway, let me show you what I got here, and we'll talk about this a little bit more. So here's the blade. This is a River Bottom Blades M1, 01 steel, Scandi grind, 1/8 inch, brown micarta, natural brown micarta with red G10 liners. River Bottom Blades is US made. It's a one-man knife shop out of Indiana. The owner, Jamie, is a guy that I've known for a while, and I consider him a friend that I don't get to see very much, but he's always someone that I like talking to, and he's helped me out on a few things, and I like to support his business. So when my name came up on his list, it was like, yeah, I'm ready. I want to have you make a custom knife for me, because one thing that Jamie does really well is his finishes are just nuts. They're supreme. I mean, his work is so clean, so beautiful. It's very elegant, and he's definitely a craftsman. And his process, he does everything, as far as I know, he does everything from start to finish. He does the heat treat, the cutting the blanks, everything, as far as I know. And it's a true custom knife, and his work is phenomenal. So there it is. So like, if I review this, what am I going to review? Well, I know it cuts. It's a extremely sharp Scandi grind. His edge is impeccable, very clean. I think the thing that I would probably talk about most is really just how the knife feels for me, and that's what's important. I think that's probably one of the most important things you can do when you're buying a custom knife, is finding a knife that fits your hand and fits it well. So a lot of times I find knives have too thick of a handle. It's a problem that I had with the Lagom bush knife from LT Wright and Leicester River Bushcraft. Beautiful knife. Craftsmanship is excellent for a semi-custom knife, but the handle is just way too fat for me. I found it uncomfortable. A lot of other knives are like that too. They're just a big block or a big blob of handle. If you can see this on this handle, there's a taper to it, and it tapers down ever so slightly. And what that does is, it doesn't put any pressure or any friction on the back part of my hand, on the heel of my hand. All my grip on this knife is up front. It's around where that finger guard comes up. That's where my grip is at. That is where the control is for this knife. It's not back here. So to have this taper back slightly, I think is really important, and that's why I chose this model, this M1, because I really like the handle design. I wanted to try it because it's something different. It's something that I have not seen before. A lot of bushcraft knives have that Coke bottle figure to them, which is great, and I love the Coke bottle. It's probably my second favorite handle for a knife, is the Coke bottle design. But this design that Jamie has and that he's come up with, I think is really cool. And I love how, you know, he's got this offset lanyard hole. It goes up towards the top. It's not dead center in the middle. It's just, I don't know, it fits my hand very well, very comfortable to hold and to mess with. Now, as far as cutting capabilities and what this thing can do, we can certainly do some tests today, but I'm not gonna beat the snot out of this thing because it's a nice tool and I don't want to ruin it, and I don't think I would with 01 tool steel. I know this thing's not gonna break or fall apart. I know the edge is not gonna chip, but I'm certainly not going to be driving this thing into the dirt or into concrete blocks or anything insane like that. I'll save those tests for other guys who want to test, you know, cheaper knives, but this thing is a work of art and I want to hang on to it for a very long time. So this is my new Bushcraft knife, and hopefully we'll see a lot of this more this winter when I'm filming, doing more tasks with it, more feather sticks and fire prep and stuff like that. So for chores around camp, you know, you're going to be doing tent stakes, maybe. You're going to be making, carving out notches to hang a pot on, to do a pot hook. Definitely a lot more testing and use of this I need to do, but you know, like I said, I'm not going to destroy this thing for the sake of video. There's no reason for it. It's a fine tool and it's going to last me a lifetime if I take care of it, and I'm really looking forward to using it more. So today is just kind of an introduction. I wanted you guys to meet my new baby. I think I'm going to call her Pumpkin. It's beginning of fall. It's got that kind of nice warm orange glow to it. Fall is my favorite time of year, so Pumpkin and I are going to be out quite a bit this year, and we'll do some more feather sticks and carving and stuff like that, and camp tasks with this thing and take it on some trips, and yeah, she'll be around, so you can look forward to that. Alright guys, if you're interested in learning more about his knives, there's only one place that I know of where you can actually go and learn more about river bottom blade knives, and that's on Bushcraft USA forum. They have a vendor section, and his forum's down there under river bottom blades. So if you're spider web in my beard, if you're more interested in learning more about the different models that he has and getting on his wait list, that is the only way I think you can contact him. I don't believe he has a website of any kind, and you know, this is not his primary job, so he does not do a ton of knives. So you could be on a wait list for a little bit, but I found once my name came up, the process moved very quickly, and his prices are very reasonable. You know, this knife here is under $300 as is, with sheath. Now here's the bonus with this knife that you will not find with other knives. Jamie currently makes all his own sheaths, and his design of sheath is pretty awesome. It's a little dirty. Nice dangler style, deep pocket. That's why I got that paracord on there, so I can index that a little bit easier and get that out a little bit easier. The dangler on this thing is removable, so you undo that Chicago type screw and that whole thing comes off. And you can even, I believe, you can actually remove this hardware too, because that has a screw to it, so that unscrews and this whole piece of hardware can come off. And the other nice thing is, a lot of danglers don't have this. I don't have to take my belt off to put this knife on my belt, which I love. That is like the #1 pet peeve of mine with knives and dangler sheaths. It's like, put the frickin' snaps on these things so I can get this thing on and off. I don't want to have to be undressing in the parking lot before I go on a hike to get this knife on my belt. So the ability to quickly add it to my belt, take it on and off as I need to, is phenomenal. And just the quality of his leather work is really nice too. I know he doesn't enjoy it, making leather. It's not his favorite part of the process, but he does a darn nice job, so I gotta give him that. His craftsmanship is top notch. So alright guys, Pumpkin and I are gonna get out of here. We're gonna hit the woods. Even though it's the second day of fall, it's gonna hit in the 90s today, so I am ready for real fall weather. I want to get out more and do some cooking in the woods and playing around, but right now it's just too hot to be out for any huge amount of time, so I come out in the morning time and shoot my video and get home. So alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time on The Prepared Wanderer.